Several European leaders met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy in Kyiv today.
It was the first visit to the country for the leaders of France, Germany, Italy, and Romania since Russia invaded 4 months ago. It was a show of support to Ukraine before the meeting. The group toured parts of the city destroyed by Russia. Zelenskyy has been pushing the leaders and others to send more weapons to help fight against Russia.
President Biden announced yesterday the U.S. is sending an additional $1 billion in weapons and aid to Ukraine. This latest package includes Harpoon anti-ship launchers for the first time. The U.S. is also sending more ammunition for the HIMARS sent last month, plus other missile systems and ammunition.
Retired Army Lieutenant General Ben Hodges joins us now. He is also the Pershing Chain in Strategic Studies at the Center for European Policy Analysis. General, thanks very much for joining us. Let's talk about what is in this latest round of weapons in Ukraine. 2 Harpoons, howitzers, which are like long-range cannons, and more ammunition. How beneficial will this latest arms package be?
This is really good news. What we heard from Secretary Austin yesterday and all the other defense ministers, and including the Ukrainian defense minister, this is exactly the sort of capability that Ukraine needs. Of course, it's frustrating that it's not already in the hands of Ukrainian soldiers. Candidly, all of us started late on making the decisions to get this moving, but it is moving. And I think it's important to put in the context what's happening here. The Russians are on their last legs. I mean, they have seemingly endless amounts of artillery ammunition, but nothing else. And so they're going to grind away like they're doing. And as soon as what we are all providing gets in the hands of Ukrainian soldiers, it will immediately start making a difference. They'll be able to destroy and disrupt Russian artillery, and the Russians have nothing else. But Elaine, if I may, just as important was the statement from the 4 European leaders today in their visit to Kyiv. I was relieved, frankly, as well as impressed that they all talked about Ukraine winning, that they talked about support, and that Prime Minister Draghi of Italy even talked about that this is about democracy. So this is a powerful statement from 4 European leaders, and that should give the Ukrainians a lot of encouragement and should cause the Russians to really be worried.
Now, this is obviously, General, not the first arms package the U.S. has sent. It's added up by now, I think, to about $20 billion in military support. We want to show our viewers what that includes: 4 high-mobility artillery rocket systems, plus ammunition, more of which is part of this latest package, plus 6,500 Javelin missiles. That's barely scratching the surface. Are these weapons and all others being sent to Ukraine enough, though, considering that Russia continues to dig in?
Yeah, well, the issue is how soon can it get into the hands of Ukrainian soldiers?
Right.
The amounts of weapon systems, the capabilities, the things that have been promised, this is going to do the job. The problem is that it's got to get from various countries into the theater. And I think that an area where we could continue to do more would be in the logistics inside of Ukraine, what we would call the distribution network. It sounds kind of tedious, but it's really important. Once you have artillery, ammunition, rocket launchers, Harpoon, all those things that come mostly to Poland, the Ukrainians then have to move it hundreds of kilometers, so hundreds of miles, to get it to where the fight is. Plus, this is a fact, you have to train on it. This is not something you just take off the shelf and start employing. And the Ukrainians are exceptionally tech savvy. Nobody in the world is as quick as they are to learn how to use new things. It still takes some time. So it's very frustrating that they don't have all of this in their hands right now. But I think what the administration is doing and what our allies are doing is what needs to be done.
General, you mentioned training. Some of these weapons require special training. So how does that work while there's an ongoing war?
Yeah. So actually, this happens in the United States Army and the United States Marine Corps as well. Even when we were in Iraq and Afghanistan, we would get new equipment for counter IED, for example, or other new devices. And so, of course, you have to train on how to use these things, even if you're in the middle of a conflict. In the case of Ukrainian soldiers, For example, Germany is providing 6 howitzers called the Panzer Howitzer 2000. It's an exceptionally good piece of equipment. So Ukrainian soldiers are back in Germany now at the German Artillery School, and they will complete their training by the end of this month, and they will then deploy with that equipment back into Ukraine first week of July. Ukrainian soldiers are learning to use the HIMARS rocket launcher. They're back at an undisclosed site in Europe. And of course, part of this is what we call train the trainer, where you get a group of really good soldiers trained on how to use it, and then they go into Ukraine and they help explain to other soldiers how to use the equipment. So again, it's maddeningly frustrating that we are where we are. I think today is day 113. I wish we had started a couple of months earlier on some of these things, but we are where we are. And I think not only what Secretary Austin delivered yesterday, but also from these 4 European leaders, I am more encouraged today than I was 48 hours ago.
Interesting. And we're almost 4 months now into this war. So at the very least, it sounds like you're saying the weapons are getting there, the training has happened, and it could change the tide. We've just run out of time, but we really appreciate your insight, Lieutenant General Ben Hodges. Thank you.
Okay.